last time you guys began your attack seems too strong right now, but your gathering of information against the Boglurchers. Cormac and Lena got some information about the troops on the ground and where the siege is at and how things are imminent, though not immediate. Nostroy and Sigrithur went in and met with Isaac Boglurcher.
That's his actual last name, is it?
It is. They're the Boglurchers.
That's their actual name?
Yep.
Oh, okay. The
festival is called the Bogmonger because Cody misses up names, but the idea is it's making fun of their family and how they got deposed by the...
See, I didn't know that was an actual name. I thought that was just as a group, they're the Boglurchers, whatever that means.
Nope.
That's their actual name. Okay.
I mean, last names are weird. They lurched a bog at some point, I guess. But you guys met with the head of the Boglurchers, Isaac, who you set up a meeting for in 2 days' time. You guys have once again gathered to discuss what your next course of action is with Catalina. Unless you guys want a lone scene first.
I don't think so, unless anyone else is super chomping at the bit for one.
Okay. We're going to say no. Catalina is also there with you. So, tell me what you have found out.
Nothing good. I think within the week they're going to attack us. We can try to meet with them in 2 days. They have more troops than us. That's about it.
They are afraid of the werewolves, so good on them, I guess. The werewolves, that is.
And they did seem to have a lot higher capable weapons than we have. Their siege machinery seems very complex, and they had a lot of firearms, which are not that unusual, but they had a lot of them.
All right, so we are outmanned, outgunned, and going to lose this. But we can meet with them and give total surrender in 2 days?
Correct, yes.
Excellent, great, exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, well, so I have some thoughts, but, I don't know. There are times when I feel like I come across bad, so, we could assassinate him, and I don't know if that would be, I don't know if he has, a number 2 that's, really able to take over, so maybe kind of cut the head off the snake, but, we can either catch his boat on fire, or Sorcerer of Porte him, into a rock.
I mean, he is a noble, and he even told us they have a succession plan, so I don't think assassinating him would really help. I'm sure they have someone to take over for him.
Well, he said, though, he did not bring any of his children with him. Those would still be back home, so, that might at least delay. But then probably would be a vengeance thing,
Exactly. I think if we killed him, then his troops, which I don't know exactly how many of them are all related to each other, but they would probably storm the city even harder if we kill him, and probably show even less mercy.
I kind of agree with that. I think we need to, if we're going to win this, we can't do it subtly. We need to fully win this to discourage anyone who might want to conquer us coming forward, because we need to set an example of them to a degree. If we are going to set up a government that is not just whoever the next duke is, whoever has the most swords, people are going to be after us like they said, so we need a better plan than just get rid of one guy and hope for the best, because someone eventually is going to have enough succession plan to not be assassinated, or smart enough to not get close enough that we can just teleport him to the bottom of the ocean or something.
So there's something I'm still a little bit confused about. Isaac seemed to be convinced that they're taking over the city and he is going to be leader. But, right, understandable, that's what he wants. Isabel says she wants to raise Aratios to the ground and just destroy all evidence that it was ever here. I assumed that they were working together based on how she said that the siege was helping accomplish her end, right? And then didn't she say something like that? Those two don't really seem compatible.
I think what she was referring to was the fact that they were destroying the city by trying to siege it. Like, they are literally destroying the wall, they are destroying the town by throwing things over the wall, and that is physically destroying Oretrios.
I think also the siege is causing some civic unrest, so to speak, which is not great for keeping it all in one piece.
Yeah, but would Isabel... I mean, I know this is going like one step farther, but would Isabel be happy if they took over and the city still exists? Like, what does she do if that happens?
I think she would be unhappy with that, but she's willing to let it go as far as it'll go, you know? She's willing to let as much get destroyed in the process.
Well, and so far, Senor Santiago and her guards have been able to keep them from actually breaching, but they've just been, you know, it's been going on for years now. So I am sure she's just trying to make it go on as long as possible and probably hoping that at some point they run out of supplies or food or whatever. But since they're not, I don't know if she specifically has a alternative plan for this. But at this point, we need to step in regardless.
Right, I think we kind of need to stop them. So, what options do we have?
Are they, like, construct things? Are they magical, or are they just, like, normal?
They look normal, from what you saw.
Well, burning those is always a good start, right?
Yeah.
Well, and though devastating, guns are hard to reload and kind of finicky, so is there anything we can do to sabotage their equipment?
But maybe blow up, like, their gunpowder, or if we can find it, but...
That, put sand in everything, gum up some gears.
It's true.
We can coordinate with the werewolves, and then sneak in, do our work, and go on from there.
So, okay, is the Sorcerer of Porte here?
He can be.
Can he be here?
He's here. Yo!
Give me his name again.
Jean-Luc.
Jean-Luc,
Oh, wait, John-Luc, we don't want to hear... No, I'm just kidding.
the portal is still open. Like, yes?
Yes, the portal is still open.
Can you move it?
I have not tried.
Might be easier than getting rid of it.
I mean, I don't think it's something that we should leave open indefinitely. I don't think I get...
No, but in the meantime...
What is the portal currently doing, by the way? It's not I assume it's not getting worse, right?
I mean, it's not, because I'm working on it pretty constantly. It's just kind of sitting there. Someone keeps on doing my work, trying to get it to open more, and it's kind of annoying.
So I guess what does it do then right now? Like, what is it causing problems? I don't really... This is out of my area of expertise, this particular flavor of magic.
Also, who's working against you?
I don't know. Like, I go and I try to do talisman stuff and rituals to close it, and then I come back later because it needs to be staged across the city, and stuff is destroyed, or I find other talismans at key locations doing the opposite of what I'm trying to do. It's...
So other sorcerers of Porte are sabotaging you?
Okay, I can't... I'm
or
assuming...
maybe Cotalina. I guess that would be a good
Isabel.
way... Or,
Yeah.
Isabel, sorry.
I'm guessing it's Isabel. Like, I don't know. I have not seen her setting them up.
That's a big deal, though. We should take care of that.
I have. I've been doing my best.
Oh, no, I'm saying you need support.
Oh, thanks. Yes, please. It's like I'm pushing the biggest door you've ever imagined. It's so big.
Yes, we've heard of the door, yes.
It's a big door, though.
I'm kind of more thinking we move the door and see if that's work. Okay, because, like...
Move the door over the Boglurchers.
Right, and, like, I don't know how true this is, but, like, I'm uncertain if, like, 5 days of slight nuisance from a small number of us is enough for them to just be like, and we leave. It feels like we need something more than, like, putting water in their gunpowder.
The rip in the sky does have pizzazz, to put it lightly.
Yeah, like if what you're saying is like you want a symbolic gesture of like strength of the city, then like, yeah, like a portal eating all of them's pretty good.
Okay, so like, I do have one concern about this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we have the camp is not so far away that I don't think we would have some contamination of the city being eaten.
Well, how imminent is it?
Here's the other thing. I don't know. Like, I don't think this is a bad idea. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it, but I'm not positive I know how to stop it if it gets going. Like, it's like a snowball going down the hill. I don't know if I can stop it if it starts going fast enough.
Fair.
We might just end up with a big hole next to our city. I understand.
Right.
However, if we move it, that means that you're, like, the locations that you're triangulating your talismans and all that to control it will eventually move farther and farther out of the city, right? And so
That is a good point.
They'd be farther away from Isabel and her folks who are trying to do something. So if you can sort of shift the hole and then put your talismans down to kind of corner it, contain it, that containment may be more effective once it's not in the city being sabotaged by people.
That is a really good idea.
Thanks.
Hey, is Jonathan around?
No, I don't think he's at this meeting.
Yostray sticks his head out the window. Jonathan, get in here.
Oh yeah, finally.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, Jonathan, and I need you to be honest, not like flexing. Like, let's say...
When have I ever flexed in front of you, buddy? I'm always honest, because I'm secure in who I am as a person. I'm not afraid to admit my weaknesses.
Okay, so let's say there was like a knight in like armor, sword, maybe a gun, shooting lead. How many of those people do you think you could take, like, you by yourself, X number of other just normal guys in your wolfy form?
How many musket balls can you take in the face?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm asking, yes.
I haven't like calculated it out, but I could probably take maybe like 20 guys alone.
With muskets?
I mean, my wolfy form's pretty beefy.
Right.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay, thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. That's all we needed for right now.
All right, I'll see you later, buddy. We can, if you want, we can talk more about my weaknesses, and maybe you can open up about yours.
If I stop having magic, I immediately die. That's the biggest weakness that I would say that I have, is I am basically scotch taped together with magic from a forest witch. Biggest weakness.
What kind of tape now?
Where are you from now?
Glamour tape.
It's not how that is either way. Scotch, not Scott.
That's why they've got the tartan on it.
Is it?
I assume so.
I'm not gonna pretend like I know, because I'll be wrong either way and then be embarrassed, so I'm not.
I think I'm wrong, but you know, I'm okay with admitting
Your
my
weaknesses.
weaknesses. Okay, so it's like, so Scotch, like as in Scotch tape, is like off of whiskey.
What?
So,
Like Scotch whiskey?
yeah, it's Scotch whiskey. It's not like Scott. It's not like the Scots. It's SCOTCH, which is a type of whiskey.
Yeah, a type of whiskey that's brewed by Scotsmen.
Yeah. Scotch is Scottish.
I'm not touching this one.
Right?
We've gone too far. We have lost the thread here.
Anyways, so option 2 in my mind is we turn everyone in the city into werewolves, which basically multiplies our numbers by 20.
Do we know how to do that?
Do we know how to move a giant hell portal?
I don't know, but also I don't. We have an idea, right, Jean-Luc? Yes, idea. He starts like scribbling down notes, like if I do.
Jean-Luc has the confidence of an infant trying to run a marathon, so I would like a plan B and C.
Have you met an infant that's hungry? That's a lot of confidence.
Yeah, you should see my nieces.
Have you seen, like, someone named Cody and Mandy's son who started pulling himself up at 9 months? I'm beginning to think his weaknesses is metaphors.
Which is odd, seeing as he's a storyteller.
He doesn't have a good door metaphor. I mean, it hurts.
You guys all seem way too cavalier about dying in like 5 days. Okay, so I think option A, so I will say, like, the easiest, like, the most direct thing I think we could reasonably accomplish is murdering the guy. I think we could do that, but as we said, that might be more harm than good. I think an extremely risky and maybe not, like, enough thing we can do is, like, camp espionage. Mess with their gunpowder, maybe see if we can figure out a way to break all of their, like, mechanized things. I don't know if those have a silver bullet. Speaking of silver bullets, third option, try to figure out how to make lots more werewolves, and then last option, if he can do it, move the portal, but that seems super risky now because both we're not sure you can do it, and it might also just destroy the city.
Well, like, I think moving it and opening it to suck people in are different. Like, if you want it to be like some grandstanding story, like you have been rejected as king and then move the Hellmouth over, I could maybe do that without sucking people in.
So just like a big scary storm cloud?
It does scream constantly.
It is constantly screaming and I hate it.
Well, for me and you and other people, but not necessarily any of them. They might not be, like, magic.
It's also, like, red and, like, crackling into reality.
They're pretty terrified of the werewolves. I think this might, top that.
That's a good idea. They are superstitious.
Oh, yeah. No, sure, you could plant some rumors about the thing in the city. About in the camp about what that thing is in the city, and then it shows up over them. They panic.
Do they want the city? Like, because there is a big scary hellmouth. Wait, can you move it but not... Is it, like, off right now? Like, if you moved it, what happens? Like, if it was really close to the city?
I don't know. I have never tried to move it. I've been trying to turn it off.
We need to try to move it, like, right after this. You need to try to move it.
I've been trying to snuff out the candle, not throw it across the room.
We're embracing the Hellmouth. We are now City Hellmouth, I think.
I mean, in probably, like, 200 years, we're gonna have a show called Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that here.
Because, like, my thought now is, like, if we can, like, all make ourselves Hellmouth resistant, it'd be really scary to attack a city that's all Hellmouthy, you know?
I mean, it's not a bad idea, except for the fact that it is an affront to nature. There is that.
But we can use it for a while.
Nature sucks!
I wouldn't go that far, but you use what you got. What we've got is a Hellmouth.
It's kind of what I'm now really, like, ride or die for Hellmouth. Could you, like, suck up one guy into the Hellmouth?
At that point, I think I would just open a portal and shove him in.
No, that's what I'm saying. Be like, we could make it really dramatic, like, oh, the Hellmouth chooses the leader of the city, and then, you could just, like, portal in, grab him, and be like, the Hellmouth killed him! Oh no!
Isn't that what your portal's for, Nostroy?
Well, yeah, I mean, that can be, it's sort of...
It's taking one person?
Well, right, like, we could do a lot, but what I'm saying is that could be totally separate from the Hellmouth, but we could lie, like, oh, look, the Hellmouth slurped him up, but it was just another portal.
Right, yeah. Right.
I mean, that would take some work, but I think we could maybe do it. If they've never seen the Sorcerers of Porte do their magic, it might work.
Alright, I like that. So do we still want to go meet, what's his name, on the boat, on the ship?
Feel like we probably should. We might be able to just talk him down, be like, hey, look, the city has a Hellmouth in it. We don't think you want it.
Okay, so hear me out. Why don't we kidnap him and then send in a stooge to be killed by the Hellmouth?
Why wouldn't we just kill him at that point?
Because we can then stage it to scare everyone else away. Like, we can kill him right away. But if we have an amulet where we can look like him.
Well, at that point, why don't we just, meet him on the boat, kidnap him, and then just have anyone stand in for him and be like, this city sucks, I quit,
I think it's better to have it where divine retribution is enacted upon him, because then it will make everyone who wants to conquer us next think about it that the prophet is on our side.
Why wouldn't we just get rid of him then?
We are.
Yeah, we could just straight up, we don't have to swap places with him, we could just kill him.
Via portal with the Hellmouth.
I just think that's going to be harder to time. Like, you're going to need him in a spot. Like, Jean-Luc can't just portal anywhere. His blood needs to already be on something.
I assume we could give him a gift of like, look, we made you this delicious cake, and then just put some blood in the cake, and then he eats the cake, and then Jean-Luc's blood is in him forever. Ooh, that's super creepy, actually. Oh, I like that.
I don't know if that would work.
We'll try it tonight.
Okay, I don't like this.
We are going to flex the edges of your abilities. We are going to find out where they are.
I've been doing that for a long time. It's called closing the Hellmouth, and I don't like it.
No, we're leaving the Hellmouth open now. Like I said, City Hellmouth, we are owning it.
Our sports teams are going to have weird names.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to be the demons, aren't we?
Yostre just smiles.
So we've got 2 days to figure out a plan to take Isaac and destroy him with a Hellmouth, or quote-unquote Hellmouth / portal. Make sure people are watching. Make sure we play it up as the city kind of chooses who is allowed to rule in it. Is that how we're spinning it? The city must choose you. He says no. Jean-Luc triggers the thing.
I have I have an out of game question. If we replace him, why would we not leave that, as we now have control of an army larger than anything Isabel has?
But that's an option too.
I like, out of character and sort of in as well, like, I don't want to ruin your game, but I'm also like, this is only one obstacle, and like, if we can just like body swap again someone into a position of authority within them, I don't know, maybe we should do this in character. So why don't we just like take control of the Boglurchers like forever with this?
We need a person to pretend to be Isaac for forever.
Well, not forever, but yes, for a long time.
I think it will be a little bit harder to do that deception. I don't think the Gravediggers were really happy under Magnus. They were kind of subjugated under a petty tyrant.
Well, the folks I talked to weren't thrilled to be, being sent to die by nobility, so...
Well, then we could feasibly surrender the city to him and he would rule the city. Like, do we care if it's his name on the... I mean, honestly, it really might make Isabel feel a lot better if it literally was his name on the city and it's literally just a figurehead who's like a puppet. Like, could be you, frankly, or anyone else.
So what do we do about when his wife and kids come here and obviously can tell the difference?
Ooh, that is tricky. Alright. Now, you might not love this plan. You could marry one of his kids, and that would kind of forge a political alliance, and then he could just, like, fall off a cliff. In air quotes, he would already very much be dead.
I thought you were saying that we murder my new husband immediately, but...
No, I assume you could turn him to good or whatever, or if he sucks, then, yeah, we could do the killing him immediately thing.
I think that will...
It's not my first idea, it's just an idea.
I mean, it is your first idea, but... I don't know if I like this. I don't.
We could send somebody to impersonate him, have him surrender, and then have him, quote, sicken and die, and then...
My concern about giving control back to the Boglurchers is it is going to make things difficult if we're setting up a new government later on.
Could we swap places and have him surrender to the city, tell everybody, let's go home, and then have him sicken and die?
Don't know if that would work, because they've already spent so much time sieging the city. I don't think that they would believe that they were just going to leave with nothing.
Fair.
Well, here's the other thing. I don't think we necessarily need an army to beat Isabel.
No, but it wouldn't hurt.
Right,
It wouldn't hurt, but we have the Gravediggers, we have the Werewolves, we have the Duke's Rebellion. We can maybe pay off the Duelist Guild if we can find a way to bribe the Explorers Guild to cut off magic items from them. Like, we have a lot of pull in the city.
The problem is, the pull that we have right now is barely keeping the Boglurchers at bay.
Right, and that's like, if we get rid of the Boglurchers, like, not, like, having to take them over, is what I'm saying.
I think we don't have a solution for turning them away, then. Even if we don't need their firepower.
No, I think the solution would be that we, like, sacrifice a fake guy, or the real guy, either way, to, like, the Hellmouth portal, and then, hopefully that scares them away.
I mean, I would be scared by giant Hellmouth. I only cry myself to sleep a few times a week right now.
They can see it right now, right? Like, they know the Hellmouth is, like, there.
Yes. Out of Zach saying, yes, they can see it. It's not like an invisible Hellmouth. It is very present in the sky.
Right.
Alright, so plan right now is go to the meeting in 2 days, put on a show about having to be chosen to run the city. Hellmouth eats Isaac, scares the rest of them away, and then we focus on taking out Isabel with our hardy band of guilds in the city.
Okay, so I understand the advantage of swapping him. Like, okay, so if we swap him, then, you know, he would agree to be, like, judged by the city, he can be in the right place, he can have something of Jean-Luc's on him whenever he goes to the wall of the city, right? How do we swap him out, though? Because, like, he's going to be guarded, and we'll need him to be alone for a bit.
That is a good point.
Because I don't think we could, like, kill all of his guards and just have him come back. And have that not be pretty suspicious, you know?
Oh, I thought we were just putting on a show about him and he would die on the boat.
Right, but then we would need to replace him, right? Like, we would...
Oh, no, I was just saying we don't replace him. He gets eaten by the Hellmouth.
Oh, like, well, we're on the... But there wouldn't be an audience, right? There would just be, like, 4 guards?
I guess.
Am I misreading that? Or am I right?
You're reading it right. There's not a ton of guys there.
Okay.
There would be enough there. There's not no one there, so you couldn't just swap him. But there aren't enough there to be, like, turn an army around.
Right.
What if we do what you said, though, and give him, like, a memento, wait till, like, midnight when he's presumably sleeping, and then yank him out, put someone else in?
It's not a bad idea. That could work. Yeah.
Like, use the boat as a way to get him
as a way to get something on his person.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we could give him some lavish gift. Oh, look, we made you these wonderful trinkets, whatever, you know. Butter him up.
Like, there is some risk involved with that, but in general, like, we can get away with it.
Ooh, you know what? How quickly can you pull people through portals?
I mean, it's decently fast. Like, how fast do you need it to be?
Pretty quick. How much blood has to be on someone to make them, like, for you to grab them?
I don't think I can do a switcheroo, like, without anyone noticing.
No, not what I'm asking. What I'm saying is, like, if I had a fleck of blood on me, would that be enough for you to grab me? Like, how much blood is blood?
There's, like, he explains that there's a decent amount where he needs to make something in a symbol and, like, kind of cast a ritual on it.
Ah, shoot.
Like, it's not just, like, an instant thing that he can do, like, in 2 seconds.
Cody over here trying to figure out how to atomize his blood to spray it like a mist over the army.
It's getting dark real fast.
Like, I'm just saying, if we dilute his blood down and then shoot it in, like, one catapult and it splashes over a ton of people, then they all just vanish into crackling thunder, you know?
It's a really cool idea that is grotesque and not gonna work.
It's a lot of blood, though. Yeah, it's a lot of blood we would need.
They're just gonna pump Jean-Luc.
Yeah, but if we kill him, then it's useless, you know, so he has to be, like, conscious enough to do the thing.
This isn't an age before, like, we knew how to do, like, IVs to pull out blood.
We were great at it. We just used leeches. Could just throw leeches at people, you know?
Yay, leeches.
But either way, okay.
So does that mean the midnight sleeping switcheroo won't work?
No, I think it would, because we could put something on a talisman. Yeah.
Okay.
Make it like the inside of a locket.
So that's our plan right now. We use the meeting on the ship to get a talisman on him. Then we can do the switcheroo.
Yeah.
Then our person pretending to be Isaac does what?
Agree, like, we have him agree to, we have the real Isaac agree to be judged by the city. We swap him out, have the real Isaac, or the fake Isaac, then go and be judged by the city, and we can just pull them out through the Hellmouth.
We would say it's the Hellmouth, but it's actually just, Jean-Luc grabbing them and pulling them through, but then we can be like, oh, the Hellmouth is chosen, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Are we all happy with this plan? It seems good to me. Nostra, you look upset.
I'm nervous about this plan. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
It wouldn't be an RPG if there wasn't. You know what happens when it's not that? It's called a story.
My other plan would be to just go fight everybody, but that doesn't sound like a great idea.
Alright, so we all feeling good about this?
As good as we're going to, maybe.
Yeah, like literally no, but yeah, I can be good with it.
I mean, if there's something else you have in mind, now is the time.
No, I got nothing. My other idea is just assassination, which is less good, so.
You can only join the cultist Falche once.
I think time number 2 is you die. Frankly, I thought time number 1 was you die, so...
Coming out ahead.
Alright, so this is our plan. In 2 days, you guys... Well, I guess a day and a half now. You guys all go... Or I guess it's still 2 days. It's still, like, daytime. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm tired. It's almost like 10 o'clock is a late time to run an RPG.
So 2 days hence?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I just had a good idea pop into my head. See if you like this. Alright, let's... Same thing, but broaden it and try to, really sell it, right? So, we do the same thing we talked about doing. Capture him, bring him wherever, maybe kill him, maybe not, put him in the dungeon, who cares, right? That's that part done. Now we have a plan, right? Let's not give him 1 talisman, but also let's not give him, 50 talismans. Let's give him, 10, right? And then we have him pick his 10, top lieutenants. Give them these talismans, whatever, right? But it's oh, this is a gift from our city. And then start spreading this story of, the city, the Hellmouth, kills the unworthy, but good thing all of us are strong and powerful and worthy and definitely would never get killed by a Hellmouth because we're the just rulers of the city and any divine horror cosmic thing would never kill us, right? And then one by one, all of his top generals start going missing, terrifying the men. We can then sell that story harder that the Hellmouth is ripping people from their beds. Oh, no one's safe from it. And then they would go up there, see their great leader come up, go, I claim this city. The Hellmouth definitely won't eat me. And then he pops away too. So not only have they lost their leader, they've lost all of his immediate subordinates.
That seems really good.
And it kind of sells the story a little bit more. And then,
I like that. So then on the ship, when we present it, we could maybe have a little test. Say, if you're worthy, it won't take you. And then we give it to him, we do the little test, it doesn't take him, he thinks he's good. And now he's like, well, I need to test the loyalty of all my people, right?
We don't have to tell him it at all, because, at the first night, we'll swap him out, really quickly. First night we swap him, second night he gives all these talismans to his people and tells them the story.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Because they probably won't be on the boat, but they'll need to be. They'll need to get them eventually, so we could take a bunch of these with us, a bunch of these, we'll find someone who makes fancy pins or something, oh, look at the beautiful scroll work on this cup. Whatever artisan we can find.
I like this.
I think this is a good plan. Lennon, Sigurthur, you like it?
I think it's as good a plan as we have to go with right now.
Okay, well, I have one more question about this plan, though. Who are we going to send to be Isaac? I don't think Friar Lewis is going to be good enough to handle this one.
Maybe Magdalena? Like, aside from a pretty strong technicality, the only noble here.
Sigurdur? Do you think you can command people walk around with a sword?
I don't know how good I would be at convincing them I am him. I've never really tried to be a noble before.
I mean, I can certainly try.
I can give you acting lessons just like you gave me fighting lessons.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
if
it's
I
gonna
like
be
that.
good. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I'll give you acting lessons. Neostroy starts like getting up, being like, so this is, you have to have good posture, right? You need to expand the rib cage. Give yourself the ability to project. Make yourself seem larger.
It's
Literally, you can be larger because you'll have the thing.
Hold on. Don't start your lesson before Sigurdur and I have gotten pastry so we can come back and watch.
We will put on a performance for you.
No, I don't think it's about acting so much as like I know how to be a noble. I know how to boss people around. It's just been a while.
Neostroy goes, yeah, but you maybe would be better at like, you could be better. You can always be better, you know, because it's like we're always improving our. We'll talk about it later once they come back with pastries.
All right, I'm ready. We're both ready. What you got?
Neostroy just starts speaking in Rusin, like just no idea what he's saying.
Doing great, Lena. Doing great.
These are my favorite lessons from him because then I don't actually have to pay attention.
Unfortunately, I still hear him. By the way, in case you guys didn't realize, Sigurdur has the linguist advantage. Can speak, read, and write all Thean languages, even the dead ones.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
What?
Oh, that's an insane amount of languages.
That's so much.
I think the whole idea behind it is it's like magic. It's part of the magic because it comes with the. I think it came with the background that got my magic.
Oh,
I think it's been so long since I created this character, and it's like never come up once.
Well, as Cormac and Catalina are able to ignore Nostra just going full Rusin about his acting lessons, Sigurdur and Lena are forced to hear every word of it and understand. And that's where we'll stop. Hey Wanderers, thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Corsairs of Castille. This game is being run in the 7th Sea 2nd Edition system. If you want to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, you can check us out at the Wandering Gamer Network website. We stream on Twitch with the username wandering_gamers, and we're also on Facebook and Instagram. All information about the music used can be found in the episode description. Until next time, wherever you wander, may you find your way home.